All right, first thing I'm going to do here is see what x cannot be, because we'd be dividing by 0. So in this case, x cannot be equal to 6, and x cannot be equal to 2. So I'm going to write x cannot be equal to those things. That's just going to remind me that that could be an excluded value later on if one of those values turns up. I also gave you the hint yesterday that that actually does happen. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to factor everything. So let me rewrite this. Pay close attention too, because your test is going to have a similar problem on there. All right, this is going to be x minus 6 and x minus 2 if you factored it out. And that generally does happen, whatever these denominators are. Usually it just factors over here to that. AP does it that way, so I'm going to do it that way as well. Kind of gives you a little clue. If you notice, these are also part of those excluded values up here. So that's kind of nice. We don't have to do any extra work on that. We're going to multiply by the denominator. Okay, all the denominators, I should say, all the factors of the denominators. And you have to do that on both sides. Okay? A lot of people didn't do this. They probably use photo math or something like that to do it. So you end up with some weird way of doing it, which is totally fine, except, you know, obviously you're not allowed to do that. So then you would have gotten points off for that. So that all cancels here. And then we're going to distribute here. The x minus 6s are going to cancel, so you'll have x minus 2 left over. Okay. Then we're going to distribute over here. The x minus 2s cancel, but there is still an x here. So you have to do x times x minus 6. Okay, a lot of people that got this wrong forgot that step. This is equal to 4. And then we have what we basically covered in intermediate algebra, just a quadratic equation. So we're going to distribute this x here. So you're going to have x squared minus 6x plus this x minus 2, but you also have the minus 4 from both sides. So really this is going to be minus 6 is equal to 0. Minus 6. And then you're going to have x squared minus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. This factors, but if you wanted to, you can use quadratic formula. It's completely up to you. I'm going to use quadratic form or factoring because that's what most people tend to do here. And then we solve this out. You're going to have x equals 6 and x equals negative 1. But this is why it's good to write those excluded values up at the top. X can't be equal to 2 or 6. So this is called an extraneous solution. That's extra. You can't actually include it because you'd be dividing by 0. So the final answer would be x equals negative 1. And